every TV show has that episode where one of the characters wakes up in a panic and their eyes are closed. Oh my goodness, right? That wake up, that terrible moment. Chapter 29, that's the literary device that Goldratt uses. He has Rogo wake up from a nightmare in which Bill Peach is about to run him over with his Mercedes that was parked in his parking space at the beginning of chapter 1. So the other thing that we learn is as he wakes up in this panic, Julie is next to him. So whatever's going on with Alex Rogo and his wife, they're more reconciled at this point than they were. She's at home sleeping in the family bed. We know from how chapter 28 wrapped up that Rogo now sees that he's got to get more going from a sales standpoint. And this really starts to show the integration of operations and sales, which is, to me, the part of working in operations that always gets to be the most fun. So he's out here, great quotes. He says to a potential, one of his salespeople, he says, the units will ship when we say they will. And he also now knows that the only work in process out there now is for current demand. So there's no whip at his plant that's idle. He's only taking business that he knows that he can sell. And then lastly, he knows that everything that he does is to the benefit of the plant. So even if his per unit cost could go up, or even if he does something that might decrease his efficiencies, he knows that every dollar that it brings to the bottom line truly passes to all of the company's bottom line. So he says, financially speaking, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. So again, we have Rogo here a little bit nervous because he's got to go out and be a bit more aggressive. And he has some interesting proposals coming through. And by cutting the batch size in the previous chapter, we've increased throughput of the entire plant. The big step here was a few chapters earlier when he made that commitment and said to Peach, I'm going to hit that 15% improvement. Because once he puts that goal out there, right, and the question is, was 15% really a reasonable goal? We know that he was just pulling it out of the air when he made the challenge, when he accepted the challenge. But by doing that, he's being more creative and more flexible with his plant and with his team than he would have been otherwise. Rogo's not really taking a risk here when he makes those kinds of claims because he already knew that the risk was that his plant was going to get shut down. We were wrapping up chapter 27 or chapter 29. It was chapter 27 where we made the claims about the 15% increase in sales. And we're going to head into the next chapter and see, okay, how does this really translate to growth in the company? Every day that you get to use the theory of constraints, and you should really read it by reading the book directly or listening to the book on tape, you get the chance to make your own life and the world around you a little bit better.